I have one last personal dream match that I'd like to make happen. And since I'm the one controlling the fancy fantasy time travel computer today, it's exactly what we're gonna do. He dominated the cruiserweight scene in WCW, then joined WWE, where he captured European, Intercontinental, and Tag Team Championships in short order. Eddie Guerrero was pure magic in the ring. And while I was still on the indie circuit, I watched Eddie return to WWE using his Latino heat to do the unthinkable, capture the WWE Championship.
Eddie to the top rope! Frog splash! Frog splash!
Lying, cheating, and stealing his way to the top was the only way Eddie knew how to get things done, and the fans loved him for it. I always hoped that when the day came that I signed with WWE, I'd have the opportunity to perform with Eddie once again. But for now, we'll let Slingshot Tech make the impossible possible. Just like my matches against Cactus Jack and Stone Cold, who you choose is on you. No matter who you choose and no matter what happens in the ring, we're still cool. And Eddie Guerrero will forever be loved and missed. Viva la Raza, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a match many thought we would never see. Eddie Guerrero versus CM Punk.
Just listen to this ovation for the Second City Saint.
CM Punk just soaking it in, feeding off his hometown crowd. This is what Eddie knew he was walking into tonight. The loudest, most passionate ovation you may hear all year.
Yeah, Cole, but Eddie also knows you don't wrestle a crowd. Punk may be feeling invincible right now, but once that bell rings, it's just him and Eddie.
And when you face Eddie Guerrero, things get very real very fast.
This is an emotional matchup for CM Punk, and you better believe Eddie knows that already. Briefly crossed paths before Punk joined WWE.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of respect between the two of them right now, but once the bell rings, I expect that to all go out the window.
Latino Heat!
From El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
Just look at that smirk on Eddie's face. He's eating this up, not being intimidated by all the noise, not being intimidated by Punk.
Eddie can match Punk with his technical ability, he can match him with his mental game, and he can match him on pure fighting spirit. And once upon a time, when they met in the ring before WWE, Eddie had the experience. You have to wonder if Eddie can exploit that and make Punk once again feel like a rookie.
You have to think that Eddie would love nothing more than to take the win from Punk here in front of his home crowd.
Yeah, Cole, but whenever CM Punk is in Chicago, he fights like a man absolutely possessed.
Hello tout le monde, c'est Thomas de la chaîne VIVA, j'espère que vous allez bien. Aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour un autre épisode sur le WWE2K26 Showcase Mode sur CM Punk. Donc Eddie Guerrero contre CM Punk. Et là pour changer un peu, je me suis fait complètement évidemment.
This might be the biggest match of the year. You can tell there's a lot of respect between Punk and Eddie. Punk idolized Eddie as a teenager, and then the two crossed paths before Punk joined WWE. But even with that,
je sais qu'après il y aura un autre match en doute avec WWE, un tatouage, ça je sais.
bypasses the pinfall.
Not enough to get past the 1 count yet.
Guerrero timed that one well.
CM Punk, Eddie Guerrero, two of the best ever
Après,
doing
ils
that
disent que c'est
ring.
la
They've
première
crossed
qu'il
paths
a jamais
before
affronté,
Punk joined
il a jamais affronté, je
WWE.
précise, à la
Indeed, Cole. These two men
c'est
engaged in
fois
multiple battles
à
on the
un
independent
indépendant
circuit
qui perd
during
du mal
Eddie's
à
brief
remporter
time
la...
away from WWE when Punk was still an
Il y avait même
in-ring
Rémi
rookie.
Mysterio à l'époque.
Punk's raw skills at that point sharpened Eddie enough for Eddie to return to WWE and become a world champion.
But now Punk has the skills and in-ring knowledge that even the top. Oh, the high risk does not pay off.
À seconde du troisième, ok, c'est pas grave.
Not so fast. CM Punk is in a distressing spot.
Right now, it looks like CM Punk is wilting to the intensity of Latino heat. Two men that are the epitome of resilience. Punk and Eddie always fight with everything until that final bell.
This is going to be as much a psychological match as it is a physical one. I'm sure Eddie is looking to lie, cheat, and steal his way to victory here.
Blast off!
Counter by CM Punk.
I know CM Punk, and the man was always confident that he'd reach the mountaintop in WWE. But starting his career, guys his size weren't considered main event talent.
Seeing a guy like Eddie Guerrero, who once competed as a cruiserweight, take on and topple giants of this industry and win top titles in the biggest main events, well, that had to inspire Punk.
It definitely does, Wade, but don't think for a second that the respect Punk has for Eddie breaking those barriers will keep the best in the world from giving everything he has to defeat Latino Heat.
Forearms for the second rope, driving down. Latino Heat doing some damage.
Right now, it's looking like Punk is struggling to compete with Eddie's in-ring IQ. CM Punk has an in-ring IQ that's second to none. But I wonder if even he can plan for a man who immortalized the phrase lie, cheat, and steal.
Corey from the middle rope.
Shining Wizard! Intense look in the eyes as he calculates his next strike. Wild springboard attack.
This Chicago crowd getting even more excited. CM Punk is showing what he's capable of against Eddie.
Oh man, he landed rough there.
He's headed to the top now.
Sur deux bouts, c'est ça?
From above.
Là, voilà.
Soaring.
Unbelievable athleticism. You have solidified your name as a top athlete when you're able to pull off that move.
Spiked by that DDT.
Attempting high-risk move after high-risk move at a breakneck pace.
Punk's vulnerable here.
Fisherman suplex. Outside of WWE, Punk and Eddie have had a handful of matches. But when it comes to singles bouts, the record between these men is tied at 1 win apiece, with a time limit draw as well.
You cannot ask for a more even rivalry than that, Michael Cole. Each man is going to pull out all of the stops to earn that final, decisive victory.
Goes into the corner.
Quick escape from danger there.
Stiff elbow will break that up. We're locked in reversals here. Neither competitor intimidated.
Punk building momentum here. Neat.
Uh-oh. Got out of that situation and avoids any harm. Back and forth trade.
And Punk now lifting his opponent up. And back gonna sleep. Is it enough for Punk?
Going for the cover.
The ropes and the pin is broken.
Staggering to his feet.
Comment il faut faire déjà? Ah, bah oui,
What's coming next?
Check out the springboard. Misses the target.
Je pense que c'était autre chose.
Oh, what a kick.
D'abord, il y a des coups.
And they're going shot for shot, blow for blow.
Oh. Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out.
No end in sight to this exchange.
Échange à tout.
The willpower the sheer guts of these two.
Fatigue more than setting in, but these superstars are refusing to let up. And this crowd is loving every second of it.
Picture perfect drop kick.
Oui.
The ref's down, and that's never a good sign.
If you're going to break any rules, I suggest you do it now.
And able to skirt around that attack.
Trying to put them away, able to counter into a clothesline.
Okay.
Kick to the abdomen.
Picture perfect drop kick.
Punk dodges out in time. Latino Heat taking full control of the match. One amigo. Two amigos. I think we all know what's coming next. Three amigos. Eddie's got Punk seeing more stars than on the Chicago flag after that one.
Going up to the top now.
From the top.
Knees up. Got the knees up just in time. And Punk gets countered there. These two showing how well they know each other. Boom! Good defense from him.
Incoming.
Big time powerbomb. Two men giving everything they have. Their legacies, their pride, all on the line tonight.
Yeah, and neither Eddie or Punk look like they're willing to concede victory yet.
Spoiler plus 1, pardon.
Got him in the corner now.
Smartly dipping out of harm's way.
Enfin, tu prends du temps, t'as raison.
Punk looking dominant now.
Into the short clothesline, and Punk is on a roll.
From the top rope. Oh, and nobody's there. That is a long trip down for nothing but bruises and possibly broken bones.
This is what can happen when you take such risks like that.
And he evades sudden, swift, and brutal impact.
Now kick on the money.
Yes.
Adjusting their opponent against the turnbuckle.
Clothesline! Off with their head.
He looks ready to strike.
Check out the springboard.
Connects off the springboard. Back and forth. This has been an absolute showcase of fighting spirit from Punk and Guerrero.
Fighting spirit or sheer stubbornness. Either way, everyone in the WWE Universe is hanging on every move here.
From the top.
Oh, the knees caught. Could be a turning point.
Eddie got out of the way.
The head scissor takedown. Eddie is sending to the top.
From the top. Oh, but he does it better. Frog splash connects.
There's two. Kicks out. Just kicked out.
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
What other option, what other choice does Eddie have now? A desperate Guerrero is a dangerous man. Ooh! Oh, that hurt. Ooh! Ooh! Scattered that one.
Punk looking to impose his will. Double underhook, struggles with the lift. Big clothesline.
On fait trop sur les bras.
Arm breaker. Getting out of harm's way.
Drop kick. Momentum is running away from Punk.
It's got to be hard to be CM Punk right now. There's another focused attack to his head. Just remember that attacks to the head like that can build up quickly, and his head has taken even more damage.
Looks like he's coming back in. Up high. Spectacular diving Hurricane Rana.
Il fallait tuer un boss, j'ai pas réussi.
CM Punk stopped that in its tracks.
Et j'ai contre le Chichis qui est une fois, ça m'a donné encore un Chichis modèle, donc vraiment quelque chose de boss.
Fighting back, however, punches in the midsection. A non-stop assault from Guerrero here.
It is all Guerrero right now. We are witnessing two titans of the times right now.
There is that mythical feeling in the air in the arena. Opportunity now for Punk to capture some momentum.
Maybe Punk's found a new source of aggression to battle back with.
And Punk clearly ready for a fight here. Solid bit of defense on his part there. Oh! Punk dodges out in time.
He's got a mind to count out rules as he heads ringside.
J'ai un coup contre.
Oof! Fully adding insult
Là
to
c'est très
injury
simple.
there.
Comme vous savez, il va à une plus près. On peut pas avoir.
Indie counters.
A masterful display of defense from both wrestlers.
CM Punk looking to show off his power game now. Butterfly backbreaker.
Bringing the fight closer and closer to our announce desk.
Let's just hope they don't bring it onto our announce desk.
I can hardly hear myself think. They're bringing the house down tonight. This is unbelievable. Guerrero's falling victim to the onrush right now.
Punk is not taking his eyes off Eddie for a second, and it is paying off.
Face drop.
Nasty. And that was more than enough to bust him wide open.
He's headed up high.
From the top. Front splash. That could be Punk's demise.
Eddie Guerrero upsetting Punk in his hometown.
Here he
Pour le coup, on voit que c'est le dessin. Comme tu peux le faire, c'est que tu peux là, on va faire un like, commenter, partager, et surtout comme tu veux,
Respect for Eddie doing what he does best.
Yeah, and it wasn't for lack of trying. Punk threw everything.
Everybody wants to fight me. You can feel it, babe. Oye, lo claro, I ain't the one you wanna meet. Hay nada más caliente. I'm too hot for you, yo. Latino heat. I can't be weak. Coming from the streets of the ghetto at the end of the week. I get to keep your dinero. You're fast asleep when I sneak in your casa. Your life sucks cause you're bankrupt and I'm laughing. You can't trust me, answer, cause I'm Latin. I lie, I cheat, I steal. Do you feel it? I lie, I cheat, I steal. Yeah, say hello to Eddie. Yo, too many try to tell me what I already know. Yo, can you feel the heat? Yeah, say hello. Yo, yeah, viva la raza. Wanna be Latino? If you're not cheating, you're not trying. I lie, I cheat, I steal. I lie, I cheat, I steal. Yo, mamacita, I got that passion that's lasting long. Los mujeres fall in love with that Latin charm. One woman isn't enough, amigo. Siempre cogiendo más mujeres porque soy Latino. And I'm tougher than tough, part of your blood, cause I lie, I cheat, I steal. I lie, I cheat, I steal. I don't care if you don't like me. Everybody wants to fight me. Do you feel it? Hey, oye, lo claro, I ain't the one you wanna meet. Hay nada más caliente. I'm too hot for you, yo. Latino heat. porque soy Latino. And I'm tough and it's up part of your blood, cause I cheat, I steal. I lie, I cheat, I steal. I don't care if you don't like me. Everybody wants to fight me. Pero claro, I ain't the one you wanna meet. I nada más caliente, I'm too hot for you. Latino heat.